Another top story tonight, Johnson City and Washington County taxpayers spent a combined $2 million building a new animal shelter to care for their animals.
That's right, but a community watchdog investigation has revealed in the 2 years since the shelter opened, people from other counties have dropped off more than 1,400 animals, the equivalent of 2 a day. Nate Morabito found out it's not only putting a strain on resources, it's now also resulting in some of the animals dying.
Saving grace.
You're a good girl. Yes, you're a good girl.
That's exactly what the Washington County Johnson City Animal Shelter is doing. And Gracie is far from the only one the new spacious building is saving.
Hello, Sasha. Hello, Sasha.
Sadly, records show over the summer months, the animal population goes up.
We are going into the dog kennels.
And kennel space goes down. Not helping matters, the consistent influx of animals from other counties. Since the shelter opened 2 years ago, intake records show 1,400 plus animals from outside Washington County arrived at the facility, more than 60 a month. Their county of origin identified using the driver's license of the person dropping them off. And that number doesn't include the hundreds of others dropped off overnight from unknown locations.
I mean, it's a huge strain.
Executive Director Carol Ledbetter says the shelter put up a sign in recent months to make it clear Washington County would not accept other counties' animals. But records show in some cases, out of sympathy, the shelter is still taking in the unwanted animals.
You feel obligated to take the animal, but under what circumstances? To put the animals here in Washington County at a risk of not being able to come in if they need a place to go?
Washington County is effectively taking care of other counties' problems. Isn't it unfair to Washington County and Johnson City?
I think so. I think it's very unfair. I think that the other communities should, step up.
Even worse, our investigation found most of the out-of-county dogs and cats have the same origins. Shelter records show almost 800 of those animals came from one county alone, Carter County. For the last year, Carter County's animal control problems have remained the focus of controversy. Everything from suspected wrongdoing, funding shortcomings, and lack of space. Do you think it's fair that Washington County has to address Carter County's problem?
At no point in time should Washington County have to address Carter County's animal problem. That's something we have to take care of here. But it's going to take everyone.
The most recent controversy? County Mayor Leon Humphrey's decision to step down as head of operations at the Elizabethton Carter County Shelter, a place that only accepts animals from Carter County, and finds itself taking in and caring for significantly more animals than it adopts out.
The only time we would ever tell them to take them to Washington County is if they are a Washington County resident.
With 3 times less capacity than its neighbor in Washington County, the mayor said before his departure, this shelter partnered with rescue organizations, hoping to move more animals out to shelter other animals in need, without euthanizing any of the ones that are healthy and well-behaved.
We are addressing it as aggressively as we can here in Carter County and doing the best at this time with the resources that we have.
Is there anything else you can do to try and help keep the Carter County animals here in this shelter instead of being sent to other shelters?
That's going to take time, Nate. I mean, it's going to take a total change in mindset. It's going to take totally different behaviors on the part of the population here. It's just going to take time.
Some animals don't have that kind of time.
When they are brought over from other counties, it really kind of seals their fate.
Ledbetter says the cats are the ones really losing out. This facility, with a bigger staff and bigger budget, adopts out more animals in a month than Carter County Shelter can even hold. But not every animal sees that benefit. Ledbetter says for the first time since she took over in October, the shelter had to euthanize 19 kittens this month due to lack of space.
I don't want to have to put any of these animals to sleep. They're wonderful and sweet, and they're great pets, and they could go to good homes, but if we don't have room to keep them, we don't have any other option.
Not the kind of burden a place meant to be these animals' saving grace wants hanging over its new building. Nate Morabito, News Channel 11, in your corner.
Our investigation found after Carter County, Sullivan County brought in the second most animals. The organization is planning to build a new shelter in Kingsport, similar to the one in Washington County in terms of size. That would double the capacity. But SPK's president told us that shelter is not going to open for another 18 months. So in the meantime, you can help by spaying or neutering and only dropping off animals to the shelter that serves your community. Carter and Sullivan both told us today, although space is limited, they do have some room to take in animals.